Well, there's more disappointing news for the Eurozone. The PMI fell for a second consecutive month. Markets were expecting a small rise up from 51.9, 52.0, but in fact it fell to 51.5. So we've had an easing in the rate of growth for 2 consecutive months now. We've had growth for 5 months, so that's good news, but it does look like that pace of expansion is starting to wane again. This is going to have implications for policy. Now, the index level we got at the moment is signalling GDP growth of around 0.2% in the fourth quarter, so a very meagre rate of expansion. Now, the ECB cut interest rates to a record low at their last meeting in response to the waning growth picture signalled by the October PMI, as well as signs of inflation really coming down sharply. So I think this index number, the further fall, will put further pressure on the ECB to stimulate the economy further. Well, it wasn't all bad news. In the manufacturing sector, we saw the PMI rise to its highest level since mid-2011. So there's an encouraging picture there, and in particular, exporters are beginning to win more business. So there's signs of competitiveness improving, so structural changes taking shape. So that's good news. The big disappointment, though, was in the service sector, where the rate of growth slowed to near stagnation. We also saw business expectations in the service sector about the year ahead fall to their lowest for 5 months. So there's a very downbeat picture of domestic demand within the euro area. There were marked variations by country within the euro area. Now, we don't drill down for all countries in this flash release, but we do have data for Germany, which showed the rate of expansion gathering pace quite markedly, up to the strongest since about mid-2011. So the German PMI numbers are consistent with the German economy growing by about 0.5% in the fourth quarter, so a reasonable rate of expansion. In contrast, France, the numbers there fell back into contraction territory. Now, that weakness in France, increasingly looking like the sick man of Europe, suggests that GDP could contract again in the fourth quarter. Now, GDP in France contracted 0.1% in the third quarter. If we have another decline, that's a technical recession.